All right, Liam, recap.
Anyway, so I like a little stank on my hang low. Oh shit, are we recording?
Yeah,
Yes, we're
brother.
recording. This
Oh,
this is session 22 of Tomb of Annihilation.
I think I've done that joke before.
Probably. We've been doing this for a long time.
Yeah.
We've
Just over.
definitely repeated jokes.
Mhm.
I have no idea
It's
what
it's
happened last.
it's fine. It's
Oh right.
been like a
It's
long
been a
time.
month.
So I said I would recap for us if you like.
Oh,
Um
all I remember
mhm.
being pissed off that they're using slave labor of elementals.
Yes.
They're not
Oh,
slaves.
before
They
the
are.
recap, quick announcement. Jeremy might be late or he might not show up, but he is, back. I think maybe in the last recording we maybe mentioned that he wasn't going to be there. I'm not sure. But that's no longer the case. We just waited long enough that he'd actually be back. So he might be here later this session. He might not. If he doesn't show up, or until he does, I'm going to be running Soren in combat. And I'm guessing Jen will just run her as an NPC. But if we don't see him this week, he will definitely be back for the next session.
Yes. So, with that said, last time, the party, as they approached the bridge of Ataz Kahakla, which is built over this big canyon with a dead coral waterfall flowing over it. As they were approaching that, there was this giant undead T-Rex that came, stampeding out of the jungle, and it seemed like big news. It hopped like a fireball at the party, and it could also misty step, and it seemed to have some undead ghoulies hanging inside its body, and it was just bad news all around. And as Castle saw it, he recognized it from a drawing that a little girl in the family he'd protected had drawn for him, and she told him a story about the King of Feathers, some kind of legendary creature, and so he knew it was a big deal, and he decided to protect the party, because that's what Castle does. He protects, he defends. So he ends up self-destructing, taking this monster with him. So he gave his life to protect the party, and that was a sad thing. The party paid their respects. They buried the few things he had, the skull of his master Arturo Quick Fix, and the arrowhead that pierced his heart and killed him. And then from there, the party they went on traveling, and let's see, as they were traveling, I don't remember if they made camp or not, but it was nighttime when they saw some sort of light above and a voice calling out to them, a familiar voice, and it turned out to be Soren, who was hitched a ride on an airship. So the party climbed aboard that, and they learned that it's piloted by a dragonborn sorcerer named Kaida, and his little goblin assistant Throggy. And yeah, the ship, it appears to be a balloon ship, with the heat for the balloon being powered by a fire elemental that's trapped in a furnace. Kieran wasn't pleased with that, or the air elemental trapped in the back to control the propellers.
Super uncool.
Yeah, but that's just a cover-up for the real power of the ship, which is a special reverse-engineered drive powered by the press, basically. And Mana, being very interested in this ancient technology, he wanted to see how it worked.
We are one.
Kaida explained that up to 3 people could attune to the helm, the main interface of where you control it. Mana, as he touched the helm, this interface, he ended up being stuck to it and started to glow and heat up. And
The boy's
yeah.
gonna die.
Yeah, so he's stuck to it, and Kieran tried to communicate with the fire elemental. Meanwhile, and
He just
with
heard
the,
pain
whisper?
screaming.
Message, and he just heard
Yeah.
like screaming. This fire elemental seems to be very angry. So yeah,
Yes.
that's where we left off. Kieran being upset about some angry trapped fire and air elementals.
But if you
and
let it loose, we'll die. So if you
This
could
is
just like
probably-
restrain that.
This is not how you harness nature's power.
Yeah,
Listen.
I mean, Kaida did say it was kind of regrettable, but it's kind of like a standard thing for ships. It's like technology that's allowed. Maybe the druids don't like it.
I'll just not tell Kieran what I'm made out of.
The universe
Ooh,
will
yeah.
get its
You
karma.
Ooh, I probably shouldn't
Don't-
tell.
Tell.
I probably shouldn't tell our ranger either.
Ooh.
Jesus.
We'll just
No.
keep that quiet.
Yeah, Warforged are just
Yeah.
they're bad news.
Yeah, Roshia, Kieran, you don't need to worry about it.
Yeah.
Not
So
paid properly.
yeah. So
Anyways,
yeah, this is where we left off. Mana is currently like stuck. He's not able to pull away from the helm of the ship.
the ship's a mimic.
And Kieran,
Yes.
where you were. Let's see, where are you at? Were you by the? Oh, you're not.
I was by the furnace, I thought.
Yeah. Did I put you there? I did. Yeah. So, you probably can at least see. Well, maybe not. I didn't establish how tall that furnace is. Yeah, you might not know what's going on yet, except the fire elemental does start to vibrate even more severely.
I'm
And-
letting it free.
What?
What? Nothing.
Are you?
That was a
Like,
joke.
let me know if you want to let it
No,
go.
if you do that, we'll die. Just gonna let you know.
Then I'll wait till we touch the ground.
That's a marginally better idea.
Yeah.
But not by
if we
much.
get that far. So yeah, Kieran, you might not be able to see it. You can definitely. The ship is starting to vibrate, is in general actually. Yeah, it is. It's nighttime, so everything seems. All the crystals that are. They're mostly placed like by the wings and the rudder things and stuff like that, but everything seems to be glowing brighter, so you can tell that there's like more light being cast from various sources on the ship. And where is everyone else? Who is that even? Sokka, Roshia. Yeah, no one else is like up there. But I'd say, that is right. That's up higher. So yeah, there's definitely a much bigger source of light up where the helm is. And Mana is like basically a beacon right now.
Well, that's not good.
And Kaida
Yeah.
is like, Kaida starts to yell, something's wrong. And he gives orders to Throggy to start trying to get the balloon up.
That's concerning to say the least.
Yeah, Throggy, get the balloon up. And Kaida is trying to do something on the helm, and he flinches and pulls his hand away. And Mana
Oh boy.
is. You just feel intense heat. You're blinded. You can't see anything but light. It's just white. And your crystal brain is basically made one with this drive. It's called the Whittle drive.
The what drive?
Whittle.
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 It's tiny. It's a whittle drive.
It's a Whittle drive.
It's a whittle drive.
Yeah, Mana, you, there are just, you feel like your mind is just being bombarded with images, thoughts, feelings, sensations, and memory. You start to remember Silverbrook, that once great elvish city that had the last sacred grove of dryad trees that they were protecting from the grabbing hands of Wynkovia, the great empire that you called your home. Remember the thopters, little insectoid flying droids, flying down into the valley. Remember them being knocked out of the sky by great tree roots. You remember the blaring voice of High Command ordering you, your comrades as one, to attack. Remember the broken machinery, the rubble and the gore littering the roads. Remember the green cloaks and the betrayal you felt seeing Warforged repurposed and refitted to fight for druids. Remember the last phase of the attack, when as one, the might of Wynkovia smashed against their enemy. Remember how it felt like victory, albeit fleeting. You also remember how it ends, how the Thinny, perhaps attracted to this immense magical power, manifested itself and washed over the valley, taking friend and foe with equal indifference. Remember inexplicably tasting the iron of the blood splattered over your mouth plate. Remember sitting under a tree with the green cloak named Russ. There is nothing beyond the tree but empty air and the sound of chimes. Sometimes Russ didn't make any sense. Other times he told stories and he sang. He liked to paint. The druids had taught him how to mix pigments from plants found in the forest. Remember that at some point the scenery changed and you were in a cave. Russ sang and counted down from 10 to 1, in Common and then in Gnomish and back again. Remember a bright red feather on the floor of a ruined building. Nana was there. She tucked Russ's detached arm into her bag. And you remember now that when she turned to look at you, for a moment she looked like a corpse. She sang the song that Russ had sang on many occasions while you're drifting through time or frozen through time or whatever it was. Remember how her voice grew while Russ's faded until she sang alone. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. There ain't no grave can hold my body down. When I hear the trumpet sound, I'm gonna rise right out the ground. 'Cause there ain't no grave can hold my body down. And with those words, like echoing in your head, the white nothingness, the white light, it fades again, and you can start to see that you're back on the ship. And you're there again. And you take, and you realize that your, the whole party can now see that there's no, that bright glowing has faded, and Man is standing there. There's smoke coming out from between the metal plating in his armor, and you can, some of you, maybe Roshia especially, can see that it just looks especially black between there. The wood beneath has charred a little bit. And Mana, you've taken 7 fire damage.
Okay.
But the metal has
not as bad as I feared.
Yeah, it's not that bad. The metal has ceased to be glowing so hot. though Kaida is still afraid to touch you. And you can feel, Mana, you can feel the ship. As you move your arms, you can kind of, you feel like you're also moving the wings. Throggy is still working on getting the balloon up and it's starting to inflate. You can't really feel the balloon. You can feel the wings.
I'm gonna try to dip one and raise the other and see if I can put us into a light bank. See if I can actually manipulate him.
Yeah, you're able to do so. You
Ooh.
feel connected, like it's a part of your body now.
I'll quickly write us back on course.
Yeah, Kaida is watching this, like just eyes wide, as shocked as a dragonborn face can look. And did I lose it?
Sick.
Yeah, you can kind of see the interface of the helm, like in your mind.
Friday?
Yeah,
Jarvis?
maybe.
Which iteration is it?
Yeah, I don't know. You are aware of your position, almost like
Ooh.
a GPS, the same kind of coordinates that you were given. You just seem hyper aware of your location, and you can also, most notably, you can really feel the press. And Kieran, your pendulum had started to rotate steadily in a circle, clockwise, as this was happening. And as you look over at towards Mana, your pendulum starts to point right at the helm or Mana or both. So there's definitely some hooky magic going on that you can see.
I'll jot that down.
And Mana, as if you look at anyone else on the ship, you can see
I'll look around.
like a shimmery rainbow sort of. It's hard to describe. It almost seems like you're seeing like little orbs of the shimmering rainbow light in everyone's eyes. Eddie is
Weird.
not. Eddie is still in the bag?
Yeah, Eddie's in the bag of holding.
Okay. Yeah.
Alright.
But everyone seems to have these shifting rainbowy. It kind of makes you think of the press.
I'll give Soren a we'll talk later look. And turn to Kaida. Well, that was certainly interesting.
You're telling me.
I think I can steer the ship.
Is that so?
I have the captain now.
I mean,
Yeah.
I can steer the ship as well.
Yeah.
No, you can't. It's mine.
And I can see your interface. Can I tell if it's like different or relatively similar to how it should be, quote unquote, how it was originally intended to be in the old days? Because he like kind of programmed it himself, right? He was trying to fix it.
Make a history check for me.
Oh boy. Well, that's a natural 6. What's my history? +4, so 10.
Yeah, you vaguely remember that, there was like a pilot class Warforged. Usually they didn't bother with something that specialized, but there were a few made, maybe for experimental aircraft and whatnot.
Okay.
So you imagine it might be kind of like that.
Okay.
And there is an extra crystal that was previously dim. Most of the ones that were dim, they all lit up, but they went dim again. One of them is still, it's not at full brightness like the other ones on like your chest and limbs.
It's kind of like
but
flickering
it's
back
like
to
a
life.
half, yeah.
All right.
So it's juiced it up a little bit.
I'm getting juicy.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Dill is like, bug-eyed and super excited too. Um,
Sweet.
well,
And
Well.
I can like store spells in the ship, yeah?
yes.
Excuse me.
How exactly does that work? Like it's like a ring of spell storing, yeah?
Pretty much.
Is there a max amount of like levels of spells that I can cram in there, or any of these things target the
Not
ship,
exactly. You still don't exactly know that, but you can feel all of the crystals embedded in the ship in various spots, and it seems like they're all full of spells right now, if that makes sense.
or okay?
But like you can feel that there's like a levitate on the rudder things for landing,
Oh, I see.
and featherfall. You'd have to spend some time figuring out what everything is on there. You can definitely feel like a strong a series of shield like spells that are stored.
Kaida,
Yes.
have you ever tried and casting enlarge into the ship?
Ooh. I've thought about it, but I was worried about damaging something if it went wrong.
That's a fair concern.
I've mostly stuck to protection type spells. And even that took quite a while to get the crystals to absorb it properly.
Is there a crystal at the like ballista thing that we have?
Yes. I've installed crystals. There's one for the ballista and one for the harpoon. They don't fire them for you, but they can flavor, we'll say, the ammunition.
Well, I have something that I do for my weapon that I thought might be interesting to try on one of the ship's weapons.
Go right ahead.
Sure. I will step down and start making my way to the helm of the ship, and if someone else has something they wanted to do before I do this.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Okay. Yes.
In Cryptomark fashion,
Yes.
I am going to go up to Vanna, right? Is my pendulum like going wild?
It was, but as soon as it started to point to mana, it's just pointing to him now.
Okay.
Is it tracking me as I'm walking?
Yes.
Oh.
And mana, you can still see these shimmering rainbow-like orbs in everyone's eyes.
Okay.
Like everyone, not just Kaida and Soren or Throggy.
I'm gonna touch him with like my whole hand, just like on his arm, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is he?
Am I hot to the touch?
You're still, mana is still very warm. It doesn't burn you, but he is very warm, and there's a little, he smells kind of like, charcoal a little bit.
Like burning?
There may be some internal damage. But he's feeling great right now, so he doesn't notice it.
I'm
He's too busy, like
I'm in
being.
a world of wonder at the moment.
Yeah, but the crystal
I'm
just
sure I'll be
continuously.
sore in the morning.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Uh,
So
do you
yes. What?
usually control other machines with your mind?
uh, control them? No.
Or
Communicate
steer
with
them?
them? That's not as weird.
Uh, do you know what's in you?
What do you mean?
I'm curious. You see this pendulum here.
Uh huh.
It it detects. I can't really explain it myself. I think my father would have better words for it, but
Yeah.
uh, plainly it's. Would would Kieran know the word for the press?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. Plainly, it's just the press. If you catch my drift.
It's a press crystal.
So you have one in you.
I have multiple in me, and I'll lift up my T-shirt and show the array of them on my chest.
Yep.
And there is one in my forehead that's been plainly visible. I don't know if you would assume that it's a pressed crystal, but
Yeah, he just wouldn't have assumed that. Uh, where
and
did you get those?
I also wave my left hand, which has one set in my palm.
Not to mention the eyes.
Yes, and my eyes.
Yes, eyes.
Yes.
Uh, do all of those crystals operate as eyes?
No,
More eyes.
just the ones in my eye sockets. They all serve different functions. I've figured out some of them, but others I'm still working on.
Where did your creator, father, mother? Would you prefer something like that?
Uh, I think builder, assembler might be more apt.
Where did your publisher uh get these? If you don't mind me asking.
Uh, I have no idea. I assume some mines in the north, probably.
Hmm. It's very interesting. Thank you. 1 minute. And I take out my notebook, right? And I jot this shit down.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
Uh,
draw a rough sketch of mana.
Oh.
And just circle all the crystals in each part.
yeah. If you want, later on when we have some time, I can explain to you what each of them do. All the ones that I've figured out, at least.
I'd love to know. You see, I'm looking for somehow to get into a thinny, as it were.
I see.
I'm looking for someone. And as I hear it, you are also well, a lot of you are also looking for someone.
Are
Well,
we?
maybe perhaps not
Uh,
looking for someone, but if you ran into him, you'd be delighted.
uh,
Ah, we lost someone.
truck.
Right,
Yes.
right. Um,
Uh, I've I've had enough experiences with thinnies in my lifetime that I'm not gonna go looking for them, but uh, I certainly wouldn't be sad to see Truck again. I do hope he's alive.
so, would you want to help me try and artificially invoke one of these doors?
Here?
Well, not here, but eventually at some point.
Uh, I admit I do have some academic interests in them. But I think that I'd have to do more research into uh, potential containment techniques before I'd feel comfortable trying to summon one.
Right, right. They're presumably extremely dangerous, and
Not
with
presumably, they're absolutely extremely dangerous.
yes, yes, with all the evidence we have, it's very, very unpredictable how they can act or what they would do.
Yes.
Um, I'm just, I'm putting my the purpose of this is that I'm putting my intentions out. I knew some people in my family, and I knew my father was guilty of not exactly making his intentions known, or so I just don't want anyone to wonder what I'm doing here, or what I'd like to achieve or accomplish in the process, of course, of saving the world.
It's the cheekiest metagaming I think I've ever seen, and I love it. Uh,
um,
yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah, Kaida walks up,
Honesty
um,
is the best policy.
and
it's true. I assumed that you were some sort of leader of this group. You seemed
Oh, that's
shiny enough.
if my eyes could dart, they would dart to Soren
yeah, Azaka's like,
because uh, that's an interesting assumption. I'm not gonna say anything though, because if he wants to assume that, that's fine.
I
Uh,
mean, he assumed it because this was the person he met. That
yeah,
mhm.
was
yeah. I
the
mean,
the
we were kind of in
shiniest
a
and
transitive state, so
leadery enough. Yeah, and
yeah,
and Soren wasn't there.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Um,
That well, I appreciate the honesty, and yeah, that's certainly interesting. I look forward to making discoveries with you. Hopefully,
yeah.
yes.
Kaida walks up to you guys. I overheard that, and I've been I've been hoping to decipher a few other, you know, schematics I've found, and supposedly with a lot of hard work, I could get the drive to warp to different planes. It might be possible then to maybe find this person that you lost.
Uh,
Maybe.
do you have any research on the matter that I could look over?
Well, I've memorized what I could. I could try to draw something up for you,
That would
but
be
again, this is
magnificent.
uh,
dangerous.
are there like logs in the ship that I can look through, or like could I look through these schematics just
Yeah,
via
you
the
just have to think it, and you can look through everything. You don't have to touch the helm
like
at all.
I'm
You're
just
one.
in
You're
tune.
part of the
Do they
ship.
have to like touch the helm to?
Yes.
Oh, six. So I'm
You're
like
the only one that's
super
like
sick.
remote.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna like watch season one of Friends, and then I'm gonna go over to the schematic, and I'm gonna check
Yeah.
that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna see what schematic he's talking about.
Well, all right.
Okay.
I mean, just in my mind, I'm just gonna go there.
Yeah.
So
He's there's some like stuff that's hidden behind a password, but you just
who needs it?
you don't have to break it. You're just in there.
Listen,
You're just cruising
this shit
through
was
the
made for me.
cyberspace.
Get this.
So get this.
see, I
Listen up,
can
nerds.
like I'm gonna ask him what is it about it that you're having trouble deciphering or figuring out? Like,
Um, and he starts to explain how it's like the actual schematics he was looking at. It was on actual like paper,
yeah,
and parts of it are just missing. And he's been trying to his best to kind of figure out what's missing. It's like missing pieces of code, and
Missing puzzle piece.
yeah, yeah. So right now, with the information he has, it would it would take time to figure it out. And the biggest problem is it's so dangerous, and he
Yeah.
hasn't wanted to risk it.
Well,
And even you being able to see what he's put in to the computer, which is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, it would take you some time to try your
yeah. I mostly
Try your
was
hand
just
at it.
like, I wanted to get in there.
yeah.
And so I got in
You're
there.
in there, but it would
I'm
take
in.
some time.
Photosynthesis hacked.
Basically, yeah.
All right. Well, that's interesting. I'll
Discovery is dangerous.
I'm gonna come over here into the. Is this the harpoon or the ballista?
That's the harpoon. Yeah, it's got the big old
Okay.
spear thing that you can chuck at things.
Yeah. I'm gonna cast arcane weapon and like store that in there if I can.
Yeah.
Okay. So I assume I have to expend the spell slot.
Yep. Arcane weapon is in that harpoon now.
Sick.
In the crystal that would.
So can I just like activate that now and it like is just activated until the spell wears off?
It seems like when the harpoon is shot, it's the spell is going to take effect.
Okay. Well, it's like
So
a
the next
concentration spell up to an hour. That's why I asked
So,
if it would like
when you
just
store
stay on
it
there.
in there, you don't have to concentrate anymore.
Right, but like I was wondering if I could activate it and then have it just be like for an hour long, the arcane weapon is on there, or if it is like a one-time thing.
I would say it's a one-time thing in this case because it's stored
Okay.
in there. It's
If could I maintain concentration on it?
yes. Yes, you can. Yeah.
Okay. So I could either have it be like a one-time thing, or if I keep concentration on it, I can hold it on the
Yeah,
harpoon.
if you want to
Okay.
have full concentration, go for it.
Okay, cool. That's what I was wondering. If we get into combat, this harpoon's gonna be great.
Yeah, the harpoon's gonna be fun, and there's a ballista in the back as well.
Yeah, I can't like concentrate on more than one thing at once,
Right,
unfortunately.
but you don't technically have to. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think that that I have anything useful as like a one-time shot, unless I prepare something else tomorrow.
Mhm. Yeah. So it's a little late in the night. So any of you would like to take a rest? As long as nothing happens, it should take us about 5.5 days to get to your destination.
I'll take a 5.5 day rest.
Just go into a coma.
Yep, I have elf blood in me. I can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to take a long rest.
Yeah, man, it's you're kind of overwhelmed. You're starting to. I mean, you are a little bit damaged. Not too bad. The weird rainbow orb thing in everyone's eyes is a little weird.
Yeah, buddy.
Rainbow, it means we're all gay.
Yes.
Yeah, everyone's gay in my universe. no
Move, I'm
exceptions.
gay.
Move out of my way, I'm gay.
God,
Uh,
yeah. Oh,
Could
and
I cast disguise self on the ship and make it look like a different ship?
on
um,
on the ship as a whole, it takes. You have to cast it more than once on various
Ooh.
crystals. It's not like one main one.
If I stored enough long striders, could I like make the ship faster?
Possibly, yes, yes.
Shit,
But
we
it
need
would
to
take a lot of.
mutiny and just make this ship our own. Who's with me?
Me.
Could I make it fly without the fire elemental?
The fire elemental is literally only there for the balloon to
Oh,
keep
what
cover.
the fuck? I'm taking the fire metal. I don't know. Out of this
So we
shit.
could save
The-
the fire elemental.
The air one is still. The propellers still are
So
actually
we
a
still
thing.
need the
We
air
still need
one.
that. The air elemental.
I am
Element.
taking the
Shit, we
fire
could find
elemental
some other
out.
way to power that balloon.
Also, the fire elemental is good for roasting marshmallows.
Wait, no.
There's
Bad.
gonna fry this.
No. Bad. Bad.
Roasting some hot dogs,
That's
smoking
evil.
some bacon. He just hangs bacon like
That's
there's
evil.
Like cooking.
We don't have a fucking calcifer situation on our hands, okay? This isn't a nice fire demon who likes to make eggs. All right?
At some
He's
point
screaming.
I
He's
want to
screaming.
call Soren and Azaka aside alone into one of the rooms.
Yes. Okay.
I suppose we could actually move the figurines if we want to be fancy.
Kind of does say, take a rest. We've all earned it. Someone can stay up and watch with me if they like.
Yeah, this new guy's a fucking loser.
And in the morning, I might have some magic items in storage I could lend out, maybe.
Ooh.
Though they're experiments, can't guarantee they all work the way they're supposed to. Yeah, get
Cool.
some rest.
So yeah, I'm gonna call the ladies in, except
Okay.
for Roshia.
Ladies.
Yoshi wouldn't have followed anyways. She's still kind of sitting there on the ground.
She could climb up the balloon, and there's a crow's nest at the top of the balloon.
You'll get there eventually. After she
Yeah.
gets over getting hit on the ass. For no
Oh,
reason.
yeah, poor Roshi.
Wait, who hit her
She
on the
getting
ass?
like
What?
Soren.
Soren did.
Oh,
I love how you remembered that.
I see.
Yeah, Soren gave her a nice hearty smack.
Oh my.
Roshia gave her like the ultimate Ice Queen death glare, because only Roshia can.
You know what? You know what I do remember that was said?
What?
Soren being like, "Here's Chuck."
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
that too.
no.
It's like, ooh.
That hurt.
Ooh.
Alright, anyway, go on.
Chuck is
So
our
yeah,
precious boy. We
I'm
will
gonna
never
pull
forget.
Soren and Azaka aside.
Okay.
Azaka,
Yes. Are you alright? You
oh yeah, I'm fine. That was nothing. It was just a
were
little.
like,
just
I'm
a little
fire from the inside.
Yeah, that'll happen. It's danger of messing with old technology, but I got it under control. I've been doing some thinking, and I think that it's probably best if you head back to Port Nyanzaru, Azaka.
Well, what do you mean? I'm supposed to guide you to Omu.
And you have.
We are not there yet.
We're gonna be landing there very soon. And once we're there, your side of the contract's fulfilled. And you not only have my word that should I come back, I will fulfill my end of the deal and help you retrieve your brother's mask. But should I not return, I'm wanting to send back, amongst some other things, a letter to Aisha Turkahoya, letting her know that if she, well, not if she'd be so willing, because I know that she will be, that if I shouldn't return, she's to send a party with you to retrieve your brother's mask.
Well, I know what the contract was about, but there has been so much that has happened. I feel like it is my duty to continue on.
I
This is more than just gold now.
know, but I don't want you to die because of uh you know our contract. You you've done more than enough, and I know for a fact that without you we would not be alive. And I'm very grateful for that, but I don't think uh, that Omu and beyond is the place for you. To be quite frank, you're a guide, not a warrior. And though you've done very well up to this point, uh, I worry for you.
I worry for you, and Chult is my home. I was born in the jungle. I have survived in this harsh place, and Omu is a part of Chultan history, and maybe I'm greedy, but I want to see it. At least I want to get far enough to see it with my own eyes.
Then see it and fly away for your sake.
Let me get to Omu with you, and then I will make my decision.
Besides, I'm gonna need someone to keep an eye on Dill, because he's definitely not coming with us. And after what he's already done with the wardens, I'd really appreciate a trusted eye on him until I can get him back under the eye of Aisha.
Okay. That sounds fair. I will miss you all, and I will pray for you all.
I'll pray for you.
But no goodbyes yet.
No.
Not yet.
First, we see the lost city of Omu.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I don't feel comfortable like role playing for Soren.
yeah.
Because this is Jeremy here, so.
I mean, I'd feel weird not pulling her into the room, but yeah.
I think Soren would probably try to also convince Azaka not to go too far, like.
Yeah.
Yeah. And probably offer to help heal Mana. He still smells like charcoal.
Oh, I don't know if anything can be done for that. Like, do I have prestidigitation? Nope. I'll cast Mending on myself a bunch and see if that helps. But
who knows?
yeah, I don't think it'll do me much good. I could grease myself up.
It'll smell like WD-40 and charcoal.
Yeah.
Or maybe
Ooh.
more like a nice. You know.
I should just store sanctuaries and long striders everywhere.
Yeah.
And just make us super quick and super hard to hit, and we'll just fly through everywhere. Anyway, yeah, that's what I wanted to do there.
Okay.
Wait, what's the gist of you talking to Soren?
What?
What did you want to talk to Soren about?
Oh, I just wanted her present when I talked to Azaka.
Oh, okay.
Because she's like the other person that made a contract with her.
Right.
Since the other characters weren't there for that.
Yeah, none of the rest of you are paying me. That's fine.
And then yeah, I'll send them out of my room.
Okay.
And spend some time actually writing up the letters and documents, whatnot, that I want to send back to Port Nyanzaru. And then I also want to talk to Kaida at some point.
Okay.
I don't know if we want to do that now.
It's starting to get a little late. It's up to you. See what's going on.
Alright, I mean, we can do it right now. If no one's getting bored of hearing me talk.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'll pull Kaida again into a private room away from everybody else.
Okay. Yeah, he looked like he was getting settled down. You know, he heated up some tea by the fire elemental furnace.
No.
Yeah,
Kieran giving him that death
I'll invite
glare.
him into my private quarters for some tea and a private conversation.
He's got fire elemental heated tea. Makes it taste better.
Oh, he's
when
gonna,
it's
gonna free the fire.
heated with
elemental.
tears of a trapped fire elemental.
Uh,
Free.
Let it go. I dare you.
I'm doing
Please.
it. I'm doing it.
So yeah, I'll pull him aside. Captain.
Yes.
First of all, I want to thank you for helping me and my friends. I know that Soren must have done a great deal for you to put yourself in danger like this, but I appreciate the help. And I wish this wasn't the case, but I have a favor to ask of you.
A favor?
Yes. I'm hoping that after you take us to Omu, that you would be willing to return my friend Dill and my friend Azaka to Port Nyanzaru. I know that's a good distance away, but
And dangerous.
very dangerous.
It's a main city.
I have
The main city on this island.
I have a powerful ally in the city that can help keep you safe if you're willing to make the journey.
A merchant prince, huh?
Yes.
I'm not so sure about that. And besides, I already have a task I have to do in Omu.
Oh?
Oh, have I not told you guys? Yeah, I'm working for. I have a benefactor, and of course we wanted to help the Order of the Gauntlet, but we have our own mission to do in Omu.
I see.
There are some people there I'm supposed to meet.
Well, I wouldn't want to pry into your business.
Yeah, perhaps we could all work together once we get there.
Perhaps if
Well,
we were able to help you with this task that you have in Omu, do you think you might be able to return my friends to Port Nyanzaru?
I think so. Unless my benefactor has other plans. I'm not really thrilled about your little warden friend being on my ship either.
I'm not thrilled about him being a warden friend. That
Poor Dill.
is an unfortunate misunderstanding, but one that I'm rectifying, and one that will be expedited by his return to Port Nyanzaru.
I see.
I just need a trusted eye on him until he gets there, and your ship is the fastest and, frankly, safest way to the city.
I suppose. We'll see.
And I I don't make any promises yet. Of course, I'll have to talk to my party before I can make any promises as to whether we'll be able to help you. Excuse me. Can Warforge burp? That's a good question. Out of character, I think I'll hold off on my my offer until after Omu.
Okay.
After receiving that information.
Okay.
If I may ask, since I'm gonna bring it up to my party, what exactly? Who are you going to Omu to meet?
Oh, they are some. I know there's a few archaeologists that are very interested in the city. It's been difficult to find since everyone's been looking for this the source of this curse. Everyone's been scrying for it and hunting for it, and finally it's been found. I think they have some hired help, natives and whatnot. I don't know much. I've never met them.
Do you know who they work for?
My benefactor. That's all I know.
I assume you don't want to tell me who your benefactor is?
Afraid I can't tell you that.
Because you don't know, or because you don't want me to know?
Who knows?
Can't or won't.
Let's just say it's...
Does he look annoyed or amused at that question?
Make an insight check.
What is my insight? +4. I always forget that I have proficiency. 19.
It seems to be a little bit of both. There's a sort of glitter in his eye.
I ask too many questions. Okay.
You do ask too many questions.
But benefactor and quotation marks.
It's capital
Okay.
B.
Quotation marks and a capital B. There
The
we go.
benefactor.
I can underscore it too.
Totally not ominous at all. Don't read anything into it.
Yes. Trying to decide if there's anything else that I want to ask him. Oh, I suppose. Does he have any like up-to-date maps in the ship's computer, ship's log?
It doesn't seem any more up to date than what you already had.
Okay.
In fact, you actually update the map a little bit yourself.
By accident, or
It just kind of
just
when you connect
absorbing
it, it
my
just
knowledge?
Kinda, yeah,
Okay, that's
might not be
that's
totally what
kind
you
of
want.
unsettling.
Yeah, who knows what's being put in there? I mean, you could look.
Oh yeah. I could be changing the ship as much as it's changing me. That's not. That's a frightful thought. Okay. Yeah. I'll finish my tea with him and say goodnight.
Yeah, he'll say goodnight and say again that there's some little experimental things that he's worked on over the months, and maybe you guys can make use of some of them.
I'm sure that we'll all be willing to check them out in the morning.
Yeah, and he's gonna go retire to his cabin.
And I'll actually take first watch up on the
Okay.
deck. He can go to whatever cabin he goes to. And yeah, Oh, I suppose I don't need to take my place behind the helm, because I can just pilot the ship from fucking anywhere.
Yeah, it seems to be the case. You don't need to touch it at all. You might just like being a little up higher.
Yeah.
Your view is less blocked by the furnace. Throggy is he's cooking. He's cooking by the furnace. Kieran's probably not happy.
Mm,
I'm
very
going.
not.
I'm gonna store and absorb elements in the ballista.
Okay.
I should. Yeah, and I was about to say I need to write down what I'm doing here.
You had arcane weapon.
On the harpoon.
Yeah, and you seem to just know that the bigger, like doing something for the ship as a whole, you would have to you'd have to cast a spell, depending on what you're trying to do, 10 or 20 times for it to actually
Okay.
work.
So I'll need to spend multiple days applying an
Yeah.
effect to the ship if I want to
and
like.
Kaida has already done
If I want to
some
like
stuff.
long stride it or something like that, it's going to take me a few days of draining my magic to actually do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And Kaida
that makes sense.
You'd be able to see from the logs that Kaida has done some things already
Okay,
before he took off,
Well,
but not as much as you'd expect.
I'm just gonna worry about the weapons and could are there crystals for storing spells on the like elemental cages, I guess, like the propeller and the balloon thingy, like
Um. Yeah, there's a crystal for each one. That's just. It seems to be only for keeping them in.
okay. So it's not for like storing stuff and affecting them. Okay.
But you could certainly try.
Well, I don't want to. I was thinking about maybe, excuse me, putting like a sanctuary or maybe mending on there and seeing if I could make it more difficult to hit those or maybe make them self repair, but I don't think that mending would be enough to repair it if it was broken to the point that the elementals could escape. It'd probably take something a little bit more. Okay. Well, I'll settle into first watch, and that's all I'm doing is putting unabsorbed elements on the ballista.
Okay. Yeah. Who else is going to be awake for first watch, even if you're not watching?
I'm gonna wait until late at night when nobody's looking.
Oh no.
Okay. Okay. Well, first watch anyway.
I'm gonna be on top of the balloon the entire night.
Okay. Yeah, Kaida decides to leave the balloon up even though that slows the ship down considerably. It just seems to be something that Kaida decided on. Throggy had his orders. Throggy's keeping it up. Mana hasn't said anything.
Yeah. If I feel like we need to pick up speed, then I'll take it down.
Okay.
Is that something that I'll have to have Throggy do manually, or is that something that I can just do? Like, I assume it's a process that takes time, but could I just do it, make the ship do it?
The balloon is completely separate from the drive. It's like a safety precaution.
Okay.
Like a backup.
So
You'll
that's
at least get to float around if the drive completely just fucks off.
So if I want to dismantle that, I'm gonna have Throggy do it manually.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or you could release the fire elemental and
I'm not worried.
You know.
I mean, if push comes to shove and we just need to fucking cheese it, I'll cut the ropes and just ditch the balloon and we'll go.
Yeah, you could also cut it. Yeah.
Like, if push comes to shove, I'll just do that and we can work. I'll pay Kaida back later for it. But yeah, first watch. Do I need to make or do we need to make checks?
No, this first, the rest of the night, you see, you can hear a few things flying around, but, nothing seems to come to attack you. This first watch, and second watch, I know Azaka stayed up, but she decided to retire for second watch in one of the rooms. Where'd he go? Yeah, Kaida's sleeping somewhere. Where's Throggy at? Did I not have... I must not have an icon for him. But anyway, Throggy is, that's Dill, right? Yeah, Dill is definitely sleeping somewhere. Actually, he ends up sleeping in the storage. Throggy falls asleep out on the deck by the furnace, listening to that fire elemental vibrating the cold iron. I guess it's hot iron. Soren probably takes second watch, I'd say. And
Okay.
Kieran, are you going to...
I would like to take third watch, please.
Third watch. Okay, we're doing 3 watches. That's fine. Okay. Yeah.
Just to cut Soren's time short, you know.
Yeah, you just like, just go ahead. And she's like, okay. Roshia. Yeah, the rooms have 2 hammocks, by the way, one on top of the other, so 2 people to a room usually. But yeah, there's Kieran. He's taken third watch. Throggy he's just sleeping away, snoring.
Okay, I'm going to meditate.
Fucking meditating, dude.
Yeah.
I'm fucking meditating, dude. I'm gonna meditate.
Work up my fire elemental again.
Well, I'm not gonna do anything rash.
Are you sure? You could.
Kieran's not impulsive or stupid.
He's just a good, wholesome boy.
He's exactly, and he doesn't want to cause any drama on deck.
He's a fucking hippie.
He is a fucking hippie.
He has no shoes.
He doesn't. He really doesn't.
No shoes.
He would. Oh yeah. When can we? I'm sorry. Is there progress on Kieran?
Oh, not lately.
Okay,
I know. I
I'm just
wanted to
curious.
get to him. I don't remember what I have done.
No, it's fine.
I was doing line art. I don't think I got to color yet.
Cool.
He's gonna be great
Okay.
though.
Yeah. Anyway, no shoes.
No shoes.
He's just gonna meditate and ask the universe kindly, that the labor-crazed fiends, get their comeuppance at some point.
I love you, Liam.
Yeah. The devil that enslaved the poor spirits of nature.
I mean, it's just a lone sorcerer, my dude. Just following protocol, you know.
The devils that
If
enslaved
I
poor
had it my
spirits.
way, we could free the spirit.
Both of them, even.
Could I? I can't fly it without the air elemental, though, right? Isn't that what you said? It won't
really,
fly
no.
without the.
You could probably alter stuff. You just have to hook it up.
Yeah.
It's just
Okay.
the air elemental felt like safer, so he didn't bother. Like,
Yeah. Listen, this guy needs to take some risks.
I'll just.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Kieran, your pendulum, by the way, is still pointing like
Take what I
you
learned here and
assume
make
it's
it
pointing towards Mana, even though he's below deck right now.
I'm gonna try something actually.
Yes. Okay. Fire elemental. Let's do it.
No, not that. I know you're like antsy for us to fight this fire elemental,
No,
but
man.
it's not gonna happen.
I'm just amused. I just want to see what
Um,
happens.
thousands of feet in the air on a wooden ship.
You're not
I'm
that high
gonna-
above the canopy.
I'm gonna hold up my pendulum to my mouth,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And we established that it has a press crystal in it, right?
It is a pressed crystal.
It is a press crystal. Okay.
It's very sensitive to
Mana.
strange pressed-related anomalies.
Right. I'm going to focus my mind on mana, and I'm
Yes.
gonna ask, Mana, can you hear me?
Okay, now this is interesting. You don't get a response with words, but you suddenly
Can I roll
Um,
persuasion?
not persuasion, no.
I'm kidding. It's a Michael thing. Anyway,
God damn it. Listen here. You can. Now, there are times when you can feel the press. You're a sorcerer. You have an affinity for. You can see it if you're close enough. And you kind of know what it feels like when you get close to it or close to a thinny, which seems to be
Okay.
related somehow. And you suddenly feel very close to the press. You feel just intense. It's like joy
Intense
and
what?
sorrow at once, and it's hot and cold. And
Whoa.
Yes, and yo,
you feel, yeah, you feel like
And I can hear Katy Perry.
in and you're out. You're
Heavy
up
and-
and you're down.
yeah, heavy yet light as air.
Oh my.
And especially
Light as
you can
feather.
feel like heat behind your eyelids.
Heat.
Do I experience anything when he does this?
You're still tripping with like the whole
That's fair.
I'm one with the ship.
Yeah, I'm on cactus juice right now.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hey,
Oh,
quick
and
question.
yes.
I'm just curious. This is not related. If I cast levitate on myself, I won't stay with the ship, right?
yeah, you'll levitate up and the ship will keep flying below you. And rip Kieran.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the ship is moving.
Yeah. So
I
never
couldn't
mind.
tell
Never
you
mind.
how fast at this moment. But it's not very fast.
All right. Keep going. Press. Sorry.
60
Keep
feet.
behind
Yeah.
my eyes.
Yeah, you can
Nice.
feel like a heat behind your eyes, and did you have your eyes closed, by the way, or are they open?
Yeah, they're closed.
Closed. Yeah, you definitely feel like a heat behind your eyelids, but it's not like a fever or anything. It's just power.
Psst. Eyes on the inside.
Yes. Your third eye opens.
Mana starts screaming from below deck. Like Invasion of the Body Snatchers style.
I can see my phone. All right.
I am
Not
your
yet.
father.
Oh shit! I gotta get out of here.
I'm just Val in a robot body.
Oh fuck! That's why the
Ghost in the
crystal was
machine.
attracted
Oh,
to
man.
you.
Oh. And you
Alright.
guys come up with great ideas.
Anyway,
Anyway.
Sam fell. Interesting.
Yeah, you are.
I'm just gonna focus on the. I know. I'm gonna focus on the crystal the rest of the night and meditate still.
You just feel like you're touching some kind of power, and it's make a con saving throw for me.
Oh boy.
Oh shit! 1 minute.
It's not bad. I just want to see something.
How many invisibilities do I have to cast on the ship to give it cloaking abilities?
30.
13.
I'm writing that down.
Okay.
That's only
13.
15 days, brother.
13? Yeah, you shed a few tears. You don't weep per se, but there's a few little tears that leak out. I mean,
Oh yeah, Karen's super emotional. He'd cry. He's a little
yeah.
bitch.
Yeah. But, yeah, I mean, he could easily just go full on weeping if he wanted, but he can hold back if he wants.
No, he will.
Okay, yeah, he's crying. Horace
He's-
is also crying. Oh, shit!
What?
Okay. Oh, okay. Does Kieran open
oh.
his eyes at any point?
I mean, yeah, he'd open his eyes at the crying.
All of the eyes that are open on Horace have that rainbowy, shimmering hue to them. Usually it's like glowy and blue, but it's like you can see press power. Just the
Flower power, man.
yeah.
Horace,
There's
man, are you
some
high?
yeah.
Huh.
You're seeing through his eyes. Not through his eyes, but not right now. You could if you wanted, but
I mean, I can.
you can.
Wait.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna close my eyes and see through his.
You do so. And if
How do I
Horace-
look? In his eyes.
Yeah, your eyes have that rainbow shimmer inside them.
Holy shit, this is the
The-
weirdest mirror ever.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it is. The crystals also has like the same kind of glow about it.
Uh-huh. Okay. So before I leave Horace's body, I say, I love you, bud. And I leave.
Mush mush mush.
Good.
Squish squish squish.
God, I will fucking die for Horace.
Yeah, he seems to
I
start
will.
like seeping more slime than usual. Like they're just
Aw.
like he's hovering and there's like a much bigger puddle than usual just kind of plopping down
Aw.
below him.
I like to think that Horace, because he floats, right?
Yes.
That, like, as the ship's moving, his only, like, protection against just going backwards is my body. And then he's just, like,
Yeah. He's
pressed
like
up against me.
oh. I was gonna say maybe he orbits you like, he's a satellite and
Yes.
he's a satellite moon. And you're
Sometimes I get slime on me. I'm like, my dad liked this way more than me.
yeah, your dad was weird.
Yeah, he was super fucked up.
Yeah.
He,
Yeah, he was.
yeah.
So is Roshi dead yet?
Roshia
on the top.
Roshia is having a great time up there, completely alone.
Thinking
It's very
about
peaceful.
her butt being touched.
Very angry about it. Hopefully she's not having flashbacks.
I don't think we should touch Roshi's butt anymore.
No, we should leave her alone. Stop touching her. At least Zaka hasn't
She's
done
gone.
something.
I wish I had a butt.
But you don't.
You just have a back that
That's
turns
how you
into
know that
legs.
Mana's straight.
Don't have an ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, robots don't have asses.
Only gay people have butts.
Yeah, robots
Wait,
can't
can
be gay.
can robots be gay?
Actually,
Well-
yes, but they can be anything. Just like people.
Listen,
If you, I guess if you program it,
we're
right,
all gay here.
it's like you're a boy and you like to kiss boys.
Alright,
Robots
so
are like to
in the
kiss
morning,
boys, robots.
Robosexual.
moving on.
Moving on. Yes. Very peaceful at night. Kieran has his weird trip.
Good.
Roshia hopefully has some kind of peace other than that weirdo on the deck. Yeah. Morning dawns. It's now day 2 on the ship. At some point, Kaida gets up and kicks Throggy awake. Not hard. Just a little light pat with the hard boots.
I didn't think it was like abusive until you specified. Now I'm
Well,
worried.
kick sounds
Wait.
kind of harsh.
Does he like punt it?
No, he just gives
Like-
a little tip.
Throw him in the furnace.
Get up, fucking
Yeah, he just-
sleepy bastard, you piece of shit. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So about these magic items, Kaida.
Oh, right. First thing in the morning. All right.
Listen, I don't
Yeah.
sleep, so I've been thinking about it for literally 6 hours.
All right. I need coffee, Throggy. And Throggy will start making coffee by the fire elemental furnace. They got a nice little setup,
Yeah.
There's some coffee, man.
I'll
Throw some eggs on.
I'll
No.
get some
like a little hot
chamomile
plate.
flowers for people who want tea.
Yes. Yes, very nice. People have tea.
It's so sad. Like, I'm not less
I'm-
angry and just more sad.
Look, I, the DM, feel very much for these elementals, and I think you should free them. Because
I don't.
elements should be free.
I
don't
think
doing
that we
that
should
right now
just
would be a
keep
smart
harnessing it
decision.
for power. Do you have to feed it? I'm asking Kaida. Pointing to the elemental.
No, it just kind of goes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it
That's
needed
what's so
to
good
eat.
about them. They just, as long as you can keep them contained, and he kind of looks over at Kieran, keep them contained. They're, they do their thing. Look, I'm hoping there's an alternative someday, but for now, this is the cover I have available. I'm sorry.
Monster.
Pretend I didn't hear that.
Fiend.
Anyway, let me.
Intensive labor camps. Whatever.
Hippie magic.
Yeah. Kaida will go off to the storage room and come back with a crate full of stuff. And since
A
everyone's
crate of
done-
infinite magic items.
Oh yeah, totally infinite. Let me look
Nice.
at my-
A crate of finite magic items.
Just a magic item spawner generator.
I forgot about my percentile dice. That's alright. Yeah, I most of these things I've created myself. Some of them,
Oh, does it enslave other things?
no. There's
Okay.
nothing being enslaved. They're powered with crystals. They see the thing is the drive for the ship. It's kind of charged them all up, but they also have a few flaws I'm trying to work out. Though I think they're kind of charming.
Oh, so you have to change them to like them. I see.
Let's see. And he starts rummaging through the box, and he pulls out some. Just looks like string. There's like a small little, like bound up bit of string. This is bowstring, not spelled the way you think. You can tie it onto a weapon that uses the string. A bow, for instance, or a crossbow. Maybe even a sling, I think would work. I might have to.
You cut out for a while.
I did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have just moved away. Yeah, this is a bowstring. You can tie it onto any weapon that uses string. And, when your ammunition hits a target, usually, it'll become like charmed, and whatever your target is, they really like you. Though, downside is sometimes the target creature is extremely hostile to everything around you. So, your friends, for instance. So that's a downside, but it's, it's kind of fun.
Can't believe you stole Cupid's bow.
I don't know who Cupid is. I got these, not really my style, but I got these high heels here. I call them heels of Hop Frog. Oh, these are fun.
I
Yeah,
don't wear shoes.
they'll resize to any size humanoid up to huge, I believe.
Wait, wait a minute.
What
Yes.
what is it?
They're just shoes? They're just heels? They can't be any other thing but heels.
Yeah, that's what I had. I had a pair of high heels from an old fling, and I tinkered with them. Heels of Hop Frog.
Wait, so that you can jump really high?
Uh, well, they're a lot like boots of springing and jumping, except if you have someone within 5 feet of you, you have to hop over that creature instead. Could be an ally or an enemy.
Wait,
And
what I'm getting here is, if you put these shoes on, you will impulsively jump over anything that is within 5 feet of
only a creature.
you. Why the hell is this useful in any way?
I thought they were fun. And like I said, see, the worst part, well, I won't say worse. I'll say the whimsical nature of it is if you have multiple creatures around you within 5 feet, the heels will hop over whatever they want. But sometimes you can, convince the heels to listen to you.
I can't believe I'm going through, like, in another campaign, I was a magic user, right? And I came across this magic item shop, and it was all the shittiest magic items I've ever fucking heard of. And there was a necklace of fireball, of self-destruct, and you cast fireball on yourself at 9th level.
I
was like,
ooh, that's a bit rough. I don't have anything that bad.
oh my god.
I mean, here, I got this wand. I call it the sticky wand.
Oh, no.
It's it was supposed to be a wand of web, but unfortunately, sometimes it shoots the web backwards as well as forwards. So it's a bit sticky, but it's great.
Okay. Can I ask you if you have anything that is definitively and reliably useful?
Let me see. And he starts, rummaging. What was it? Oh, I got these, I got a couple arrows and a couple bolts. Walloping ammunition. Packs a wallop. If it hits someone and they, it's possible they can be knocked prone. So these are useful. I only made a couple of them, unfortunately, but you're welcome to them. I'm not really a weapon kind of guy.
How many of each are there?
There's 2 arrows and 2 crossbow bolts. Eventually, I'm hoping to make this ammunition work for the ballista, but I haven't gotten around to that yet.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, and I got this, and he holds up a medallion.
Ooh.
And it looks like it's a crystal carved in the shape of like a brain.
Of a what?
Brain.
A brain?
This is a medallion of thoughts.
Oh?
Yeah, you can cast detect thoughts with it. Though Sometimes,
It's already out of his hand.
uh, all right. Sometimes it instead broadcasts what you were just thinking.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is there any way that, like, how do these kinks happen? Like what?
It's the drive. The press kind of, or it could have been just me messing up a little bit. I'm under a lot of stress sometimes. Okay.
Maybe you should make magic items when you're not under duress.
And I never get anything done. Look at the ship. I think I've done pretty well. These are just my experiments. I have better stuff elsewhere, we'll say. Oh, what about this? I have some sending stone rings.
Let me guess, it sometimes sends ascending to the devil himself saying, "Come kill me."
Well, I don't know anything about any devils. It just they work like sending stones, pretty much. I got 3 of them here. I mentioned them to Soren. I think maybe you guys could use them. So at least if you're split up, or you could leave one here with me if you need to contact me. So far, I've tested these, and I don't think there's a flaw with these. I think these are good. These are what you want, right?
Oh, well, thank God.
Oh,
Oh man, I must have accidentally projected my thoughts. I'm sorry.
I'll take one, give one to Kaida, and hand one to Soren.
Okay. Yeah, and these are all linked together, in case that wasn't obvious. I know usually sending stone there's like a pair, but
Yeah.
these are all connected.
I've seen something similar before.
But let's see, what else is in here? Oh, I got this pole of collapsing. It's a 10
What is
foot
that?
pole. When he picks it up, though, it looks like a much shorter. It's like a foot long, and he says something in Draconic, and it grows into a 10-foot long metal pole. It's like, hey, look at that! It worked this time.
This time?
Well-
What's the use though?
It's a
like what's the
pole
example?
of collapsing. It can grow or retract up to 10 feet, down to 1 foot. The problem is sometimes it turns into a branch instead. Even sprouts leaves sometimes. So you might not
again,
want to wedge something that might break it, but most of the time it's metal. And
I asked just again, what would be an example of like a practical use? And I'm not trying to be a dick. I swear.
Tap
I'm
the floor
just-
in a dungeon to check for pit traps.
yeah, I thought it
And
might be
pressure
handy
plates.
for the this lost city. If there's abandoned places you want to go to, they might have traps. I mean, these Choltons, they loved their puzzles and traps. It's part of this whole Ooptao thing. Mazes and whatnot.
Yeah, we've had a couple run-ins.
Yeah. Oh, I think I got another one of these. Same problem though.
Tree
Ooh,
branch.
I think the other one has little flowers.
Right.
Okay, that's super fair. I respect
Oh,
the use there.
and he scrounges down. He scratches towards the bottom of the crate and pulls out a little orb. Looks like a pink translucent kind of crystal. This is a orb of time. It helps you determine if it's morning, afternoon, evening, or nighttime. So far, I think it works. It seems to be accurate every time I've tried it. I don't know. It might be useful to you. And, this. And he pulls out, like, an actual bottle of wine. This is, liquid luck. I admit I'm a little loath to part with this, but I think I could make more. It might not be healthy, but so far, I haven't died. I got some powdered crystal in there. Not meth.
What
Pressed crystal.
What does it do?
Makes you lucky.
I inferred that from the name.
Well, mechanically, you can re-roll a 1 within 8 hours of drinking it.
Okay, so it literally makes you lucky.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
the only thing is sometimes weird stuff happens.
Of course it does. This guy's the shittiest artificer I've ever met.
It's the press. It's the drive has done some wacky stuff. I've invented all of these on the ship or close to the drive. So I do honestly think it's wonky stuff happening.
Okay.
But yeah.
Well,
I'll let you. Yeah, it's there's about 10 swallows of it left in this bottle. I think I got enough pressed crystal shards to make another batch. And let's see. I think we've. Oh, wait. Actually, and he pulls something out of his pocket. I got these goggles here, too. I call them soul searchers. You can detect anything with a soul within, what is that, 30 feet?
Yeah. Now, see, that's useful. That's really useful.
Yeah, you can see the souls. Do you know what souls look like? Have you ever seen it? You want to try these things on?
Me? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Is that were you talking to me?
Yeah, I was talking to you. Yeah, go ahead and try them on. Though, if you start to feel like you're gonna throw up, that's normal.
Here, someone else take my brain crystal. You can have it. I don't want to know. Like, I don't want to protect my thoughts to anybody.
The medallion of thoughts? I mean,
yeah.
I'll take it if you don't want it.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I feel like having 2 items would be unfair.
And you know, I've also only tested these things close to the ship, to be honest. So it's possible that they work better farther away from it. Just a thought.
I look through the goggles.
Yeah, you look through the goggles, and as you look around at everyone on the deck, you can see something that looks like what you saw last night with Horace. You see everyone's eyes seem to be glowing with that rainbow shimmer.
Mm-hmm.
Eddie's still in the bag? Yeah, everyone has that rainbow shimmer in their eyes. You see that? Are you seeing it?
I'm seeing it.
Yeah, it's cool, right?
Mana has a soul.
Are you sure Are you sure I'm seeing souls? Are you positive?
Well, I call them soul searchers. Yeah. They look like mini, like, orbs of the press, right?
I mean, yeah, that's kind of neat.
Yeah, I think that see, us tinkerers, we know a few things about the press, don't we?
I'm sorry. What does this detect again? Anything with the soul within what?
30 feet.
30 feet. Okay. Let me just write that down.
Oh, and if you look at something that doesn't have eyes, you'll see
That
like an
does.
orb in the chest instead, or some kind
Oh,
of center. Yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, that proves that the press is souls. That's deep, isn't it?
yeah, that is really deep. You should continue working on that, on the press stuff.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. I just
Yeah.
I need to use the bathroom.
okay.
He, oh, okay.
Yeah. Should we take a short break?
Yeah.
Okay. Break time.
We're back.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Shut up, Jake.
Do we have a Liam?
Ha! Take that.
I should. I can smell
gross. How could you, Jim? Liam's probably making tea.
Let's see. I think I could probably just paste the stuff somewhere. That's what I call goggles.
I'm making tea and you can't stop me.
Liam, no.
Are you making it over a fire elemental fueled furnace?
I'm not, because I'm not a bastard.
Aren't you,
Rat
though?
bastard. What?
I said, aren't you, though?
No.
Oh, I can't do
Ooh,
this
donuts.
easily.
Puff donuts. Oh, my drinks. My coffee. Juice.
Okay, hopefully I don't have spoilers in this.
So, I ate an Impossible Whopper, right?
You did what?
I ate an Impossible Whopper.
What's that?
It's a all veggie
Oh,
for the Whopper.
right.
And it's just terrible. Just awful.
It's just the worst.
I don't know what I expected, honestly.
My,
And
my disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
exactly. I ate one. It's like, now, it's not what I wanted for dinner, but it's what I'm eating for dinner.
Yeah. We had tacos that were pretty good.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
My mama made them. Because she loves me.
Okay. There we go.
That's good.
Yes.
Someone's mama's gotta love them.
Yes. So, are we getting attacked, Jim?
So, we're all here.
Great observation.
Yeah. So, do any of you take any of these magic items? I decided to paste
Oh.
the descriptions.
Oh,
They're not the
holy
most
guacamole.
mechanically.
Well, we should definitely take the Soul Searcher.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm taking the Soul Searchers.
Yeah. Karen's having a good time.
I imagine
Really good time. Really good.
Roshia would probably take the Walloping ammunition.
Yeah.
At least the arrows. There's 2 arrows and
Yeah.
2 bolts.
If can you use the bolts, Roshia?
I don't have a crossbow.
Alright, I'll take the bolts. I'll give them to Eddie. And I'll take the Medallion of Thoughts.
Yeah.
The Sending Stones we already passed out.
Yeah.
I have 10-foot poles. I don't need his.
Mm-hmm.
The Liquid Luck might as well.
Yeah.
And I don't think we need the Orb of Time. It'd be interesting to kind of try to like incorporate it into the ship as like an internal chronometer of some sort.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I mean, we could definitely like use it if we're deep down. I don't know what to what the
Well,
practical use.
if we get the like trans-dimensional warp drive thing up and running, it might be useful to have some sort of chronometer keeping track of prime material time if it works that way.
It only works on the material plane.
Well,
Maybe he could
never
keep
mind.
working on it for you.
The
Orb of time.
yeah.
Can you put me directly into the press?
Maybe.
Just right in it.
Sure, why not?
Just. I want.
You know,
Never mind.
Azaka's gonna take one of the bowstrings. If you use it around, if you use it on target that's like, and no one's around her, it might be okay.
Oh no.
Yeah. I think that's all we need out of that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okisilladilidokio.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Also, I've looked over all of the ship's systems, and I've determined that it will take me approximately 15 uninterrupted days to get cloaking technology up and running on this ship.
Okay.
I say that directly to Kaida.
That sounds fantastic.
So,
I
if
have,
I
like,
get the
shield
chance to do that
spells,
at
but
some point,
I mean, like invisibility, like.
yeah, I don't know if I'd be able to make it work as like a constant thing that we could turn on and off, or if it's something that it would be like something we could use in an emergency. But if I have 2 weeks of uninterrupted time to work on it, I could get something up and running.
I see. If only I.
We don't have time for it right now, but it's something that I thought of.
Yeah, we only have about 5 more days of travel.
If I had
gotta
another
get the
caster
balloon
able
down.
to cast the spell helping me, I could cut that time in half.
I could help you with that. Invisibility? Or what spell is this?
Invisibility.
I could do that.
Yeah, because I've estimated there's about 30 points all over the station, and I'll take him over to the helm and pull it up on the actual thing and show it to him.
Your head.
And show him like a map of all the different points that I figured would give us the best coverage for it, and if we store him here, we can we could potentially get something going.
All right.
I figured that out of all of my magic, that was probably the most useful that I could install, but for now I've just been maintaining the weapon systems. By the way, I want to put in another absorb elements on the harpoon as well. Can I store more than one spell on the weapons at a time?
On the harpoon, yes. It seems like the ballista is kind of charged up as much as it's going to be until you utilize some of it. He hasn't shot anything
I want
in
to
a
put
while.
an absorb elements on the harpoon as well. That way we can at least hopefully try to mitigate some of the elemental damage if the ship takes some.
Yeah.
So we can sort of steal that and use it for our own. But yeah. Anyways, that's as far as like ship stuff that I want to do. I think that's all I want to do.
Okay.
I don't want to like start the process of trying to work some kind of invisibility magic on this because that's going to take a long time, and I'd rather just wait until we have the opportunity. But I did want to go over the process of how I think it would work with Kaida in case I'm not able to do it and it's something he wants to try.
Yeah. Yeah, he seemed to get more and more excited as you were talking about it. Just like rubbing his hands. Yeah, that sounds good. Okay, so this is the second full day on the ship since you got on it at night, and the next few days, he ends up early in the day, actually after talking with Mana and after everyone finished breakfast, he orders the balloon down so we can make some real time. So unfortunately, Roshia loses her cool, what bird's nest? Crow's nest.
Hey.
Yeah, that's the word.
You did it.
But if she wants to climb onto that, like, pointy thing that I can't remember what's called right now. Like
the pointy thing.
Yeah. She could hang out on there. There is some rope to secure herself if you like.
You can just hang out on it, like... You can squat on it Spider-Man style.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say you're probably 100 feet above the top of the canopy, like the top, and these are like the tallest trees. So you're quite a ways up from the ground.
Tie me to the bow, guys.
Yes. Yeah, once the balloon's down, Mana probably helps to push the ship a little faster.
Yeah.
The fire elemental is just there to keep cooking for you.
Yeah, buddy.
It's not
keep
heating up the balloon.
Hot.
It's not doing anything but suffering.
Suffering and being angry, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, that poor air elemental, you know. It's zipping around in its little container, too.
Yeah, suffering.
Yeah. Also suffering, yeah.
I'm sure that it's fine.
Yeah.
At least it's not, like, out dying somewhere.
I mean, if it died on, like, the material plane, it'd just pop back into the elemental plane it came from.
We don't need a lesson here.
It's so far away from home, both of them. Maybe
like
they just want to go home.
Tough cookie. My home's 2,000 years in the past. Let's...
Yeah, maybe theirs are too.
I'm right at home in nature because you guys are freaks.
Azaka is very at home with nature too. So, yeah, balloon's down, ship is cruising away, and you make pretty good time. I guess if Mana wanted to start it now, with the trying to stock up on invisibility. Are you waiting for that?
Sure. How many... I can do 2 a day. How many can he do a day?
What level is invisibility?
Level 2.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. We'll say 2.
Okay. And how many days do we have?
You have like 4.5 more days.
Okay, so we'll just say 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So we're halfway there.
Okay, yeah. Alright. So, as is the usual in Chult, there are days when the rain is very heavy, days when the sun peeks out briefly, but most of the time it's just a very light mist. But it doesn't seem to affect the ship any. There's no big storm or anything, no lightning, or the wind seemed to be easy enough to handle at least. And, yeah. About a day out from what's supposed to be your destination, Mana seems to just kind of, he knows the exact location, how far.
Yeah, I'm tuned into the maps. I'm like a
Yeah.
GPS system at
He's
this
in
point.
the zone. Yeah. Kaida
Fuck, I'm
announces
gonna miss this
that
ship.
he's gotten a message from the people he's supposed to meet that their operation, it seemed to have been sort of like an expedition. They suffered a heavy blow with some very snake-like humanoids of some sort. There are many dead, and he says, we should definitely proceed with caution. These things seem to be brutal. Not to mention that there are some sort of guardians that may give us some trouble.
Yeah, these sound like the Yuan Ti that the Naga warned us about.
Yuan Ti.
Yes.
Roshia, how do you feel about hearing this news about Yuan Ti?
I'm sorry you cut out a.
Oh.
Speak up a little bit.
Okay. How does Roshia feel about the news of the Yuan Ti? Am I still here?
You cut out after me.
Oh, he's cutting out for me. Is our internet kind of?
It might be.
mine.
I don't know. Liam's muted, so we can't ask him.
I'm
She-
sorry. I'm just,
Yeah, she asked how Roshia feels about like hearing about the Yuan Ti.
Like, what specifically about him? I was spacing out.
Okay.
Thanks,
Just that
Jay.
there were reports that Yuan Ti, it's probably Yuan Ti that attacked people that he already has there. And you remember the vision about people that looked like your parents, covered in writhing snakes.
Yeah.
Just a little something there.
Something to think of.
Something else to brood
Well,
over.
Oh. Yeah, I forgot. At some point, I would have brought up to the rest of the party, Kaida, asking, or rather, my conversation with Kaida about potentially helping him with his thing in Omu. Like, I know that you guys were listening in, and I was meaning to like say that I said it, but yeah, Mana would have brought it up like the next morning to the whole party. That Kaida was interested in having our help with his whatever it is he's doing in Omu, and so I was gonna see if everybody else are interested in helping him like I am.
Yeah.
yeah.
Roshia doesn't particularly care.
It's helping some.
There's certainly safety in numbers, and it sounds like
There is.
there are fewer numbers there at their campsite.
Yeah, it
So we need you as much as you need us, I think.
it might also help us get an idea of what's going on there before we try to tackle this whole soulmonger problem.
Soulmonger. Is that what it is?
What? I wouldn't have done it with Kaida there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, no, I would have pulled the party aside to talk to them.
Eddie's still been in the bag this
Yes,
whole time?
he's been in the bag the whole
Okay.
time.
Okay. I missed him. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Yeah.
Anyways, sorry.
Another day passes, and when you finally approach, and Mana can see that we are almost to the destination of Omu. It's, let's see, early morning. Spread out before you all is a dead city sunken into a valley, surrounded by sheer cliffs. There are large stone statues perched every so often on the cliffs, overlooking this forbidden city. A waterfall pours down into it, creating a river that floods much of the streets before draining into a rift full of molten lava. There's a crumbling palace that lies a few hundred feet from the edge of the steaming chasm. And you all know that this is finally it. This is the forbidden city of Omu. And some of those statues perched along the cliffs start to slowly shift, and they turn their stone heads to you. And you can see their wings lift, and they take flight, and they rush towards the ship, looking like giant winged monkeys made of stone. And that's where we're going to end the session tonight. Hopefully you all heard that. Please tell me I didn't cut out that whole time.
I'm sorry, I heard it.
Okay.
That's not very good sounding. I don't want that.
Oh, it'll be fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you reached Omu. It's been
Yeah.
22 sessions.
And next week we'll have Jeremy.
Yes, we should.
Awesome.
Yeah, I know it's a little early, but we're really tired tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go write an outline for paper.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You should do that.
Okay, I love you, Liam.
Love you too.
Good session, everybody.
Thank you for the session.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's nice to play again.